and also Miami, because it comes perfectly into when we introduce now our two guests, because we are also got a Clash of the Week coming up on the Rugby Network as part of association with us, the Rugby Rundown, which is Miami versus Dallas. They have a chance to make a first win this season, a first franchise history win. So Corbs and I sat down with Benny Bonasso from Miami and Jake Turnbull of Anthem RC. Right then, Benny Bonasso, Jake Turnbull, welcome to the show, boys. Great to have you with us. Now, I thought you had played for USA Eagles together, but then Benny said no because he was injured in the time that Jake, you played. So my first question was going to be, Jake, do you know any Spanish? And has Benny been able to teach you some Spanish? Well, the first question stands, Jake. Do you know any Spanish going into this weekend?
No, I don't. Yeah, fortunately, I only got to meet Benny in Dallas for the promo shoot, top lad. But no, hopefully we get to tour together at the end of the year if we're both selected. We'd love to learn some Spanish then.
Benny, in terms of for you, man, you've obviously seen Jake, played against Jake. Shame that you haven't played with him, though, yet.
No, mate. So he can teach me maybe English. That would be good. I met Jake on Dallas with the photo shoot, and we have a good chat. And we play in the scrimmage in the preseason, so getting along together.
You might need some Spanish, Jake, to pick up some of the calls and stuff going on this weekend. And also, Miami is almost Spanish speaking. Is living there. Is pretty much
South
Spanish. Is numero uno. Yeah.
Oh, we played him in the preseason, and I don't have a stupid oodles going on. They're all in Spanish, and yeah, actually not a bad shout. I might actually try and do some quick courses this week.
Let's get back to rugby because you're both here in two new franchises to Major League Rugby. Obviously, Miami Sharks for you, Benny, and Jake, Anthem RC. I'll start with you, Benny. Like, just in terms of Miami and it being brand new, I'm sure there's been challenges. Obviously, no wins yet for either of you guys. But Benny, how hard has it been to begin this season with a new team?
It's really tough to start a franchise. New owners, new coaches, new players. Half of the team didn't play the league. So it's really tough. In 5 weeks, we got a team together. We play our first game, and we're getting along together, putting all the focus on us. And it's been great. Here in Miami, the facilities are good. The place where we live is good. So, yeah, it's a challenge, but we're enjoying it.
And for you, JT?
No, it's been quite tough, obviously. I think the Anthem was announced 4 or 5 weeks before preseason had started. So getting a squad together, it's quite tough. So credit to everyone that pulled it together. Our biggest hurdle was visas. We didn't have a head coach until the last week of preseason going into the Miami game. And we still actually haven't got all our players now. So we had training 15 on our starting 15 versus 8 reserves. And sometimes we had coaches jump in. Like we had our manager jump in for a couple of sessions, who's not the most athletically gifted bloke, but he was out there having a crack. Yeah. So no, it's been good. It's a really fun challenge, but it's been our biggest hurdle to date.
And Jake, just talk us through some of obviously the motivations. You're probably the highest profile Eagle coming into Anthem. Obviously, exciting new sort of chapter in USA Rugby partnership with MLR. What was behind you wanting to make the move and be there? You really are the poster boy of the team, and it's a credit to see you over there.
Yeah, no, thank you. I don't really want to be the poster boy. I think you got some really good talent out there. David Stills as well is an unreal athlete.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing him out there. It's a really important kind of project and passionate project for myself. I love USA Rugby. It means a lot to me. It's given me a chance to kind of travel the world, meet amazing people, and overall be a better person. If it wasn't for that, I'd probably be working some dead-end job that I wasn't really passionate about, probably not achieving much in life. And USA Rugby has given me all this, and I'm so appreciative. So to be at the forefront of this project is awesome. So I'm loving it.
And for you, Benny, obviously coming out of New York, we know about that situation with the withdrawal of New York, I should say. But now you're in this Florida, Miami, very South American. You've obviously got huge connections with Argentina, yourself, but also a proud USA Eagle. How great is it for you to be playing for the Miami Sharks?
For me, it's great. I feel like in home. You know, the culture is quite similar. I share a lot of mate with the South American guys. So that's amazing. My partner is here with me, so it's more like a project for both of us. So that's for me is the best part of this. Enjoying again the rugby, and yeah, really happy to be part of this team.
Obviously, I think probably to both of you, but before we get into the review of last week, for me, Benny, I feel like Miami have been very competitive for a brand new side in the league and had a tough sort of opening run of schedule. How much confidence can you take for that for the sort of long-term future of the team?
Yeah, I think it's quite hard, no? Losing the 3 games we played, almost there, and then when you make the review, you play that game again and you can beat them. So we take good things about that. For every loss you get a good thing to grow and keep learning. But again, it's a new team. It's not an excuse, but it's a new team. We're getting along together, and yeah, we need a win, and we're going for it.
Now let's come to you, Jake. Let's swap it around a little bit. Obviously, you're going to be the away side this weekend, but obviously being at home against Dallas on Sunday, I was commentating on that game. I just felt for you guys like there were moments in the match, particularly in the second half. Obviously, great try from yourself, I should say, first half. But in the second half, you have those spikes, and then it goes a bit one way or the other for Anthem. There's obviously a lot of learning for this young group, which you're obviously leading. How would you reflect on that game against Dallas? Because I thought the scoreline probably flattered the end result in the end.
Yeah, it did. And I think, you're right, mate. We're just so up and down at the moment. And that's probably largely due to a lack of experience. I think the average age of our squad is 22, right? So when you're in those tough moments and you make a mistake, we struggle with kind of just flushing that mistake and moving on to our next job. We seem to kind of go in our heads, and then from there we make another mistake. So we're just doubling down on our mistakes, and it's just killing us. So from there, we've just got to get more experience. And overall, it starts from a Monday of nailing our clarity. And with a young side coming from college rugby to now MLR, where your whole lifestyle changes from how you prepare, and I think it's a bit of a culture shock for a lot of the guys, and that's showing. And like you said, like that first 20 minutes the second half, we played some great footy, right? But throughout the past 3 games, first 20 minutes has just been awful for us. And it's from there, how do we fix that? How do we fix our mindset? Is it an energy thing? We're probably lacking our Nate Osberger, our kind of spiritual leader. Me, I'm not.
Yeah.
It can't be forced, right? You can't be going over the top because it's not going to be genuine. So we need to find that kind of Nate Osberger who's really going to be that positive energy in the warm-ups. And once we get that, have a few tweaks, we've showed what we can do, and it's now just being consistent over 80 minutes and not just a roller coaster.
And Benny, when we look at the game last week against Houston, I'm sure you guys would have looked on the tape and thought what could have been in a different game, because I thought it was very impressive away from home against, a top team in Houston. You guys had them under pressure in a lot of moments. I thought you were getting the better of exchanges, of the forwards exchanges at times as well. And maybe some of your own errors is probably what eventually cost you that, but wasn't far away against, a team that most people wouldn't have backed you guys to have a chance against.
Yeah, it was really tough because we almost get them. We were 2019. And then again, the game, we had like 17 turnovers, lots of penalties, and it's really hard to play with that. So we know that we can do better, but it's kind of frustrating when you're almost there and you don't do it. And so yeah, it was a good fight against Houston. They're quite physical, and I think we show our character, and we're gonna grab that and take it to the next match.
Talking about that next match, guys, it's against each other. Literally, enemies come this weekend as Miami take on Anthem, and the potential for one of you, unless we get a draw, which we did get for DC versus Chicago, it could be a first franchise win for either Miami or Anthem. Jake, from your side of things, I know we've talked about before, the results are not necessarily what Anthem are focusing on. That's not what the project is about, particularly this season. It's about that improvement. Are you looking at this game, though, two teams, both you and Miami, haven't won yet, where actually you could try and get a result, or you literally know it's about those building blocks, as you've mentioned, for this young side?
No, like every game you go into, you have to have a belief that you're going to win it. But for us right now, we're our own worst enemy. And in my opinion, like Dallas is quite similar to Miami is quite similar to Dallas, so we know what we're kind of in for. And it's falling back. As you can see, we're not doing our jobs, and we've got to sort that out. So of course we're going to have the belief, but that we are going to win it. However, in saying that, there's still so many things that we need to work on for our own end, and that starts with a set piece, scrum, line out, and ball in.
And Benny, as you boys look to come back home, obviously that first win potentially in sight. How much of a big carrot is that for you and the players to get that monkey off your back and get that first W in the column for the franchise, but also for the team, the morale, and the squad as well? Yeah,
we're really excited. After two road trips, we're really happy to be at home again with our fans and our people. And we're looking forward to this game. We really start today building it up and starting the review against Houston and already putting some new things against Anthem. We know we're going to play. They play you have to expect the unexpected. They love quick taps, cross kick. So you have to be ready. And you never know in this league. Every team can beat everyone. So we're really happy, and we're going to put the focus on us again, as I always say, and keep growing every weekend.
Love it, boys. Love it. Well, look, from us, very much good luck to you both. A short travel from Charlotte to Miami, so hopefully not too much travel going on. So yeah, boys, all the very best. It is the clash of the week for the Rugby Rundown and for the Rugby Network as Miami take on Anthem for that first franchise win. But Benny and Jake, appreciate you coming on, boys. Thanks very much.
Cheers. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, mate.